Hello and welcome back to episode 26 of my AllTheMods10 SSP playthrough. In this episode, we will again dive a little bit more deeper into productive bees as well as some other fun stuff that I have planned. But what I was doing in between episodes is, again, like I said, I was just getting all 5 of the bees that we already currently have, but it was taking forever. So I do want to go ahead and just try to start making these speedier upgrades. So the first thing that we're going to need are these Prismarine shards. We can't actually make these without having to find an Elder Guardian or an Ocean Monument with the Overworld predictions and the Nether Quartz. So we'll get as many as we can of these. Yeah. We can definitely easily get more overworld predictions, not a problem. Then we are also going to need some Prismarite crystals, and we can go ahead and put this, I believe, in a crusher. No, we can't. We do need the mechanical squeezer or the sag mill from Ender IO. So I'm going to opt for the mechanical squeezer because I think I should already have one up here. So I honestly can't remember where I put the mechanical squeezer. I know for a fact that we've already made it. As we can see here, it's checked off. I know I made it. I just don't know where on earth I put it. I've looked all over my base. I've looked in all my chests and in my backpack and everything else, unless it's in another backpack somewhere. I don't even have any in my system, so I have no idea where it is. So I guess we're gonna go with the sag mill from Ender IO instead, because I don't particularly want to get more. We are gonna need more mineral for it, and don't particularly feel like going out and grabbing that right now. So let's just go ahead and grab the sag mill. It'll probably be good to have this anyways, and we'll go ahead and just start crushing down our Prismarine shards into their respective crystals. And with this, now that we have both of those, we can turn this into the conglomerate, and we need 4 of them per seed. So we will be starting to make our way making those as well. But the next thing I am going to want is a fishing rod, and I do want the diamond fishing rod. I think I will try to, again, it is a quest, so I'm going to move up the tiers. We're not actually going to be using any of these, but just so that we can get the quest completed. And if we go and search for aquaculture, the mod, we should be able to see all the different hooks that it has. So we're going to want the nether star hook. That's going to be the diamond hook. So we are going to need the iron hook to start off with. Go ahead and make some nuggets. And with that, I am just going to make sure that it's not a quest. I don't think the hooks are. But we'll go ahead and make the nether star hook. So the different hooks have different chances. So the gold hooks increase luck. The diamond hook is 50% to not use durability. Then some other stuff. The double hook catches 2 fish. Redstone increases how long you have to reel in the fish. But the nether star hook has both the 50% chance to not use durability and increased luck. So definitely going to go with the nether star. We're also going to want a tackle box. And then we are going to want the worm farm. So we are going to need some additional fences if my game would load. Just go for some oak fences. Looks like we are going to need more planks. So this worm farm here is basically used just like a composter is. We can go ahead and like put some pumpkins in here and let it compost. And if we right click, we will get worms. And so we're going to need all of this for our endeavors. Now, there are a couple of different types of things I am fishing for. The main thing, though, is the sponge bee, because I do want some sponges before we plant the seeds, because I want, since they're not like, I guess, higher tier seeds, I want to kind of put them below, but it looks like we've run into a little water ravine here, so I do want to clear that out. So we're going to go ahead and, again, get some sponge bees. Don't really want to fight the Elder Guardian if we don't have to at this time. So that is kind of what we're preparing for. So these are found in just different types of oceans by fishing, either a frozen ocean, cold ocean, deep ocean, or a lukewarm ocean. I think right over here, if I recall, is a frozen ocean. Yes, so we can get our stuff set up temporarily right here, and we'll place down the tackle box, and if we open it, we can put our diamond fishing rod in here. We can shift the hook into here as well as one of the worms. We can put the worms in here as like a little bit of a backlog. So we can make some more worms here, and I'll probably just go ahead and start doing this. Probably get like a stack of them off camera here. And after a little bit of that stuff later, we can go ahead and start fishing. I do want to get some Luck of the Sea enchant, so we'll bookmark this, see what it takes. Looks like it's just going to be some experience seeds and some lapis, or looks like we can just use the Ender IO enchanter and just use lapis in some levels. We are going to want unbreaking as well, so we'll go ahead and re-bookmark the unbreaking, and then we're going to want lure. So we'll go ahead and again mark the lure. And so what I'll probably do here is, again, you've seen me do the enchanting stuff previously. I'm probably just going to, yeah, the lure does require some fish, it looks like. The enchanter for mystical agriculture requires just straight up cod, which I don't know, is that craftable? Yeah, with the fish essence, so, and that's also what we're working towards, so we're gonna need more fish anyways, so might as well just keep on fishing, but we'll probably use the yeah, because this only requires 3 fish. For these enchants, we'll probably use the Ender IO enchants instead of the mystical agriculture enchants. But you've seen me do this before, so I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, go fishing for a little bit, and we'll be back. So I did lie a little bit. That was just a frozen ocean. We do have to be in a deep frozen ocean, so I just found a little bit of I just searched it with my biome compass, so found a little bit of a deep frozen ocean biome here. We do also, along with the sponge bees, get the oily bee, which is going to be useful later, so I'm going to go ahead and capture those, and looks like we got protection 3 from it. But so yeah, essentially again, to get the bees, it's just a random chance, so you just fish and fish and fish, and hopefully it pops up. We are doing this for a second reason, though. The time in a bottle does require the Neptunium pickaxe, and in order to get Neptunium, you do need to fish. You have a chance in aquaculture to get some Neptunium treasure, and it's just, again, matter of chance. I think in my experience you'll get like one every like 5 or 10 minutes, and so looks like we got another bee here. Yeah, that with the looks like we got a Prismarine bee. Anyways, not a sponge bee, so looks like we don't necessarily have to make the Prismarine seeds. I still would like a sponge bee, at least one, so we'll just again keep fishing, collecting up the bees that we can get. Again, fishing is a great way to get some of the more niche and rare types of bees, but so yeah, we'll just keep doing this. Hopefully we'll get a Neptunium loot box, and I will definitely show that on camera if I do get one. And look at that, not 5 seconds later, I got our first sponge bee. So I lied. We are actually still going to need the seeds, because I just remembered the Heart of the Sea is from the Prismarine essence itself, not from any like Prismarine shards that the Prismarine bees would give us. But so we'll go ahead and use our structure compass to find an ocean monument here. Looks like there is one about just under 1,000 blocks away. And so the one of the many good things about vibranium armor is we actually can, looks like we found one of the Elder Guardians, have like basically water breathing. Can I not? I thought I could right click you with my model framework. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I knew I could. But we'll go ahead and just get rid of you. Actually, let me make sure to put this guy in here because we are going to need to get 2 of them down. Perfect. So we got an Elder Guardian defeated. We will now be able to get some sponge in order to let our productive bee function, because it does need this sponge to breed properly. And so we were able to kind of get in here pretty quickly and relatively easily because we just went ahead and mined the ceiling before the mining fatigue set in. But now, as the other Elder Guardian in here does see us, we are going to get mining fatigue, so we can no longer mine any of the sponge. So I will probably go ahead and try to find the second Elder Guardian here, and we'll be back once I do so. Aha, and here he is. It is definitely easier to work backwards than working forward. So we do now have the basic model. I think I see on the minimap over yonder another Elder Guardian that way. And so again, we haven't had to use any. I mean, look at all of our bubbles. We haven't like gone down any. So great thing we got the vibranium armor before moving on to do this. Definitely makes it a lot easier without having to set up a conduit or anything like that. So again, just going to kind of go work our way backwards from the end here and find the third and final Elder Guardian. And voila, here he is. Again, so much easier to work backwards than forwards. So definitely make sure if you are doing this yourself to kind of, again, work backwards. Try to go ahead and mine the top before he's able to actually give you mining fatigue. But so that should be all of the Guardians, and it looks like we got 6 of the wet sponges. So we'll go on and head home here, and we will head into the Nether and make these dry sponges. And with one of these sponges, we'll go ahead and place it on the feeding slab here for this to produce some more sponges here for us. The oily bees, I'm not going to get set up yet. It does actually require a liquid to be placed instead of an item in the feeding slab. So we are going to need to find some crude oil from Nomicraft or from Modern Industrialization, but they should be kind of laying out randomly in the world, so we'll definitely get there sooner rather than later. Definitely want to focus though on the next item, which are going to be the squid seeds. So we are able to teach our system now, I believe, the Prismarine seeds, and we'll go ahead and make those, and then we are going to also not teach our system, I don't think. Oh yes, that is a processing pattern. Cannot do that. But to make the squid seeds, let me take a look here. And it actually looks like we already have squid essence and some squid seeds, so actually no need to do that at the moment. I thought I remembered having some form of squid seeds, but with these sponges, I am going to go back over to our farm. We're going to make another layer underneath and then fill that out with the Prismarine seeds. So we got a couple of our Prismarine seeds here. Looks like we just got some tertium essence as a reward. Not a problem. And so for now, we might make a full layer eventually, but for now, I do kind of just want to, without having to set it up, find a little area. Yeah, I thought I had 2 over here. Go ahead and set that up. Oh, hello, witch. Goodbye, witch. And go ahead and set that up and set up our storage drawer for it as well. So the one thing that we are going to need that we do not currently have are the fish seeds. So I want to go ahead and try. Are we able to? No, we are not able to quite yet make, we don't have enough fish to get these soul jars filled. Actually, if I look up aquaculture, yeah, maybe I can salvage enough fish essence from the other fish that we have. No, I literally need just 2 more fish. So be back really quick, gonna get some extra fish and make those fish seeds. All right, so got enough for the fish seeds here, and setting it up in our functional storage network, our main one. Now we can go ahead and tell our system, hey, this is how you craft Nautilus shells, and hey, this is how you craft Hearts of the Sea. Perfect. So now with that, we can officially get the speedier tier upgrade here. Awesome. And we are going to get 4 of these. So let's see, or 8 of these actually. Let's see if we have enough here, enough resources currently. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of these speed upgrades out here, come back up, place them in, and request the speedier upgrades. Yep, and looks like we do have enough here. Perfect. Everything's going through. Awesome. So that is one item checked off the Productive Bees bucket list here. So now what I'm going to do is, now that it is going to be insanely faster to actually get these, let me see, where did I put my cages? In my bag here. So let me show you guys with the magmatic bees. I'm going to get both of these guys out. We are going to get some dandelions going here. We just need 6 for the time being, because again, I don't want to make more than 5 of them at this time. But yeah, just look at how insanely fast that is. It is almost instant, so not a whole lot of waiting that needs to be done. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, do this off camera, and catch you guys when I'm back. So now that we got all of our bees, or almost all of our bees, up to the max, I wasn't able to breed up for some reason the draconic bees, even though it gave me the icon to do so. I'm not entirely sure about that. Regardless, I'll probably just fight the ender dragon a couple more times, get some more dragon's breath, and we can definitely go from there. The next thing I do want to work on, though, is automating the kind of import and output of the bee resources. So for most of the items here already, we've put into the storage drawers back here. What I want to tell our system, though, is to export and import some items. We're going to drag from our current P2P channel here, and I'm going to bring it one out though, because I don't want it directly in front. It is a little bit messy, but we're going to place a wall behind these bees anyways, so they're not going to be in the way. And what we wanted to do is tell our system to export glass bottles in here, and we're going to request to craft and get some acceleration upgrades in here. So we are just going to fill this up to the brim with, well, glass bottles, and we can do one of two things. We can either or we can do both actually, but what we can do is all of these hives that are working, they are waiting to be kind of waiting for bottles to be placed in them so we can get the honey bottles. However, that's going to use up a lot of glass bottles, and we're going to get a ton of honey bottles, more than we probably need. So what I am going to do instead is, with our Powered Centrifuge, when we are processing the items, we will get honey. We're going to pump that into the bottler, and we're going to export the glass bottles into here instead. So basically, if I do this correctly and bring this underneath here, and then underneath the bottler, again, this is going to be done via Ender.io as well, obviously, because it is one of the best mods, or the best mod to use your piping with. And we're going to tell this guy to extract on the green channel, and we're going to insert on the green channel here with our glass bottles. And then we are going to extract on the brown channel and insert at the bottom here. We're going to insert the honey bottles themselves. So we're going to insert on brown here, and we should now have a functioning bottler. Now, what we do need to do is get an ME cable run over here. I'm definitely going to drag this, I think, from our current network. I don't know if I'm going to create another P2P yet, though, or just drag this cabling underneath here along with some, like, Ender IO ME cabling. I think that's what I'm going to do. Again, I am really enjoying Ender IO so far, so I am going to make some ME conduits here. Just the regular, just the 8 for now. Yeah, we'll go from there. So after running the cables all the way through, we're going to, again, tell our system to export certain types of combs. So if we look in our system and search up productive bees, if I can find my keyboard, we can see the draconic ones. Let's just start off with those. So I'm going to put them all but one back in our system. We're going to export it to here. We're going to need some speedier upgrades. So we're going to go ahead and make 4 more of these. Perfect. I'm so happy that we got these speedier upgrades already. And place those into here. There they are. This does need power, though, which I almost forgot about because it is a, well, powered centrifuge. And we're going to place the, just in the back here, the power. We're going to get another Ender gate and set that on channel 2. And now that this has power, this should be extracting, and we should be getting our draconic dust as well as some wax and some honey. So we are going to need some fluid pipes from Ender IO. We'll go ahead and get some of those. We're going to tell the system, hey, extract on green and insert on green here. And now we should be getting the honey bottles. Perfect. Now, did I set this to extract always active? I did not. Okay. So then now it should be extracting. We shouldn't need one of the extraction speed upgrades here. It should be bottling pretty smoothly. I wonder, we might need one in here though. Yeah, for when this gets real crazy. When that gets crazy, this might get crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. One thing at a time. So now we have our honey bottles going back into our system. Yeah, 18, perfect. We are now going to need to tell this guy to, I might be using too many sides here with the applied in the power. Let me see if I can't rethink this real quick. Yes, mechanism is too smooth brain. So what we're actually going to do is run our ME conduits just one more over and then have our export bus in the back here, but then have our power coming through the bottom here. So that is perfect. Again, insert our speed upgrades, and we're going to go ahead and tell it to extract draconic combs whenever available. Now what we can do, and the reason why we need to do it this way is because we are going to need to tell this guy to, hey, we're also going to want to not be put on that channel, but to extract on brown for the items. So we want all of these items here. And before I do so, let me actually get the wax before we do anything, because we're going to be getting a lot of wax. Wax isn't used for a whole lot of stuff, at least nothing in particular. So I'm just really going to put it in here, slap on a void upgrade onto this, and call it a day. So now if we extract this, now we should see it's piping out, and we are definitely going to want the extraction upgrade in here. So we had a total of, I think, 43 wax it was. Yeah, now, okay, 46. Yeah, 23, so double that, 46. So we have 46 in there, and now we have the draconic chunk dust in our system. We can use this to create the draconic chunks that I was talking about. And so we are probably going to need some more of these guys. But so for the time being, out of all of these that we have currently chests set up for, so all the way to here, we're going to also extract these guys and insert these guys into the output chest. So just going down the line and making sure every guy is set to extract. So yes, we can see now that everything is being extracted into here. There are a couple of things that I want to kind of mitigate here. So the first one is going to be the draconic dust, and then the second one is going to be the, what is it called again? The coarse fruit. Yeah, the coarse fruit. So these are the items that will be that we don't have currently for a storage drawer. But I'm going to put these guys, since they are items, into our dimensional storage network, and we're going to make a separate wall for them. So we have a wall for essence, and then on the other side I want the wall filled with items. And so we'll probably end up putting all of these combs, like once we do end up processing them, so like all the gas tiers from the ghostly combs, all of the items that we get from the magmatic combs, the copper, iron, etc., slime balls, etc., in that compact machine functional storage network. But for now, I am just going to go ahead and get some more upgrades and get them added to our system. Perfect. So now that that is set up, we'll go ahead, teach our system to make the draconic chunks, and now we should be able to, yes, we might need to teach our system how to make the honey blocks. We will, and so we'll go ahead and do that as well. But now, barring enough production is, used, we can go ahead and make the productivity alpha as well. We already know the upgrade base, and then we should just, yes, be able to go ahead and make the productivity beta. So halfway there, but the next tier on the list is going to be a doozy. We do need, for the gamma, we need Echo Shards. Now, we can't duplicate these through apothic enchanting, which I do plan on getting into in the future. Now that we have access to the end, we have access to the end shelves, the end enchanting shelves. So that is probably going to be on its own a separate episode. What I do want to try to do, it might be a little bit ambitious, is to fight the Warden and get a hostile neural network data model for him. Just because we can get Echo, we're going to need this regardless at some point eventually, but we can get the Echo Shards. We can also get the Heart of the Deep, Warden Capace, whatever it's called, the Tendril, and some Skulk Catalyst from it as well. So a lot of good recipes. Again, these are used for the Echoing Skulk Shelves too, so going to need to get into that regardless, or kill Wardens regardless if we want to go down the, 100%ing the apothic enchanting. So yeah, good start at least. Definitely gonna let this run a little bit here. Also, don't forget, I don't think I showed, but the storage bus, just make sure it's on a higher priority than the rest of your system, so they'll go into here. And it looks like, yeah, the ender comb is not going, but this, it looks like, yeah, we got 2 exported onto. Perfect. So this is running smoothly. Now again, we could also tell this guy to insert, we might at some point, but with the glass bottles here, we can just run the item pipe here and tell this guy to insert on green, or insert on brown or whatever, and we'll fill and extract the honey bottles too. I don't want to do that for now though, because we already have like almost a full stack just by processing one of the 9 combs we're currently doing. So we'll just have to wait and see. Again, if we do start running low on or out of honey bottles, I will. But I want to kind of hold off on that, save off on some resources for the time being. And I think right now, instead of going to fight the Warden, I want to kind of progress through productive bees for a little bit here. What I might do, though, is do some jump cuts. What I will do is start making the bees. We'll probably get up to the ancient bee, or the withering bee, but am going to probably just do some jump cuts to where we get the bees and explain just briefly how we got them. So just got some of the diamond bees by breeding up the ender bee and the lapis bee. Got 5 of those guys, and we'll need a diamond block to get them to pollinate. Next, we got some emerald bees just by breeding the slimy and the diamond bees, and they can be pollinated with a block of emerald. Next up on the list is some netherite bees or ancient bees, and in order to do that we need to get 5 more of the diamond bees, so just turned all of the children into adults here. And in order to get these, we need to place down our diamond bee, right click it with the block of netherite, and then it will convert it. So some of the bees do require conversion. Now I would be careful. I would honestly probably convert it somewhere a little bit further away from your hives, because if you misclick or if you're not fast enough, then yeah, they'll actually go into one of the hives and you're gonna have to fish it out. So it's probably just a little bit easier to do it like this. But now we got some of the ancient bees, and these guys do require blocks of netherite to pollinate. Now, for the main bees, the next kind of main one that we need is going to be the skeletal bee. In order to get the withered bee, and then in order to get the AllTheMods10 bee, we're going to breed the 2 up. So we need the withered bee, and that is from the skeletal bee with a wither rose conversion. But in order to get a skeletal bee as well as the zombie, we are going to need a dark room with a beehive in it. So I'm just going to place a few of the advanced oak hives as well as the expansion boxes in here, just so that there's 5 slots in a dark room, made some tinted ethereal glass so that no light can pass through. And we're just going to wait here for hopefully some skeletal bees to move in so that we can go ahead and grab them. The next bee on the list that we already got is the crystalline bee. These are going to require nether quartz blocks to pollinate, and they will produce nether quartz. The next bee on the list is the prosper bee, which again is another conversion from the crystalline bee into or with a block of prosperity, and that will turn it into the prosper bee. The next bee to get on the list is the ashy mining bee. This can come from a gravel, dirt, or sand nest. However, with the sand nest, it is only limited to the chocolate mining bee and the ashy mining bee. This does need to be at a beach biome, though, or a warm biome. So hopefully, and we got another chocolate bee. Hopefully, with the next one, we will get the ashy mining bee. And one more try later, we got the ashy mining bee. And with this, we can use this to breed the crystalline bee. Now, we are going to need a little bit of luck, as the crystalline and ashy mining bee can turn into not only the tin bee, and the copper bee, and the aluminum bee, and the iron bee. So we're probably looking at 4 different types of bees here. Hopefully we will get lucky and get this one, I guess, is an aluminum, and I don't know if we can reset it, if it will. It might be, well, there we go. We reset it, and now it is an iron bee, so which is what we are looking for in particular. And I'm not seeing any other way to get the bees that we want. So I've tried it a couple different ways. First, like, take them both out, put in the this one first, and then the sturdy. It looks like we're getting the tin bee now. So yeah, it looks like we just have to reset and get lucky again. It is of chance. So we already went ahead and got the aluminum bee here, and we already have the iron bee set up as well. So went ahead and set up the tin bee here as well. We've gotten all of our combs here in their respective drawers, so that for all of these and in the future, we will kind of clear these out and turn them into comb blocks once we get to there. I also went ahead and made the productivity alpha upgrade for the draconic bee, and I believe, if I am not mistaken, we can go ahead. No, we're still missing some draconic dust for the beta here. But so that is about all that we had time for this episode. Got some great progress done with our bees. I don't think, oh no, we did. Oh, we got one skeletal bee. Let's go. I think it literally just spawned. So that is fantastic. So in the next episode, we are going to be looking at traveling back to the ancient city, potentially killing the Warden. However, if that doesn't work, I do have a backup plan. Again, with this mod pack, there are 10 different ways to do the exact same thing. So there is also a skulk bee, which looks like we can get the digger bee from and have a 30% chance with some skulk to turn it into a skulk bee. So that is kind of my backup plan. I plan on going there with a silk touch hoe. But so that is, again, about all that we had time for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.